Hi there, this is Sean, the Honest Book Reviewer, with another book review. In this video, we're discussing Ali Cross, written by James Patterson. It's a young adult book, and it features Ali Cross, who's the son of Alex Cross in the Alex Cross novels. And I think this is a really clever crossover for James Patterson to introduce the Cross family to a young adult audience, and to have the youngest child in that family being the vehicle for that. I think it's really clever. And I think Ali is a very, very cleverly crafted character. He's fleshed out very well, and he comes across as a great character in this book. And I wasn't sure what I'd think about this book, to be honest. I didn't know if I would enjoy James Patterson writing this young adult novel. I just wasn't sure how it'd be presented and how this character would work. But I was surprised, pleasantly surprised, and I really enjoyed this book. And there are 2 books so far in the series, and I have read both. But let's talk about this one, and I will have a video on the second one as well. This book starts out with a really good hook, and it hooked me into the story straight away. One of Ali Cross's friends, Gabe, is missing. Ali can't get it out of his mind. He wants to know, was his friend kidnapped? Is his friend hurt somewhere? Is his friend dead? Will his friend come back? Why is his friend missing? He can't get it out of his mind, and we learn a lot about Ali in the first part of this book as well. We learn that he's quite stubborn. We learn that when he fixates on something, he can't let it go. And he keeps running through it in his mind, trying to puzzle it out. He wants to be a detective like his father. He's very intuitive. He's quite clever. He's good at puzzling things out, but he's not good at letting things go, and that's a problem. He's also quite hot-headed at times. He lets his anger take over, and he lets his mouth run off before he thinks things through, and that gets him into trouble sometimes as well with people. We see that happening a few times through this book. We have to remember Ali is a teenager. Some teenagers don't have that self-control with their emotions all the time, so that's well developed in this character, and I think that's a good part of this character and makes him feel a bit more real, a bit more whole. As he's puzzling over his friend's disappearance, he decides he's going to investigate. His father's a detective, why can't he be? And after all, he watches all the crime shows, he reads about crime a lot, he thinks he can solve the case, find Gabe, he thinks he can be a detective. So he starts out. And he ropes in a few of his friends to help. And they're friends that Gabe, Ali, and these other 3 friends that they have all play this online game together called Outpost. So he ropes in those 3 friends to help, and their names are Cedric, Ruby, and Mateo. And Ruby and Mateo are brother and sister. Cedric is just another friend. They've all got different strengths. So Cedric is a bit of a bigger boy. He's a bit taller, a bit stronger, and so he's used to accompany Ali on the streets. And they go door knocking and try to talk to people, take the missing pamphlet, trying to find if anybody has seen Gabe, that sort of thing. Ruby and Mateo, their parents are a bit stricter. They're not allowed out by themselves a lot, but their strengths are researching on social media and developing social media pages like Facebook pages and the like to try to get the word out about Gabe, try to get his picture out to more people. So that's their strengths. So they all have different strengths and they're very complementary, and I just like that in this book. What it did, when they were a team, when they're investigating as part of a team, it made me think back to books that I read years ago, like 3 Investigators and Famous 5, when you had a team of children or teenagers working together to solve a crime. And I got that feeling in this book. And it almost felt like that this book is also paying a homage to books that were written back then, with that theme, with these group of teenagers working together to solve crimes. While this is going on, this main storyline, we have a subplot going on as well, and it's about Alex Cross. Now, I didn't mind the fact that we had a subplot, but it did distract from the main story a bit. And there are a few chapters that are from Alex Cross's point of view, and that distracted from Ali's point of view, in my opinion. I would have preferred if the whole book was from Ali Cross's point of view, and Alex Cross was just left as a character with do we see through the eyes of his son? I would have preferred that. I think having Alex Cross be injected into the storyline, I didn't like that. I get a sense it was done that way so that James Patterson can introduce Alex Cross to this young adult audience and maybe in a way try to encourage that audience to start reading the Alex Cross series. I think that's the intention behind it, but I didn't think it really works in the story. Having said that, I really enjoyed the mystery that Ali's trying to solve about his missing friend. It was enjoyable, it was very engaging, it was quite gripping to be honest, and it had me hooked. I wanted to find out what happened to Gabe. I wanted to find out if he was okay. And I did care about Gabe, and I did care about Ali in this book. And I just thought it was very well written, very well constructed. Apart from having those Alex Cross point of view chapters in there that did distract a little bit, I thought overall it was a very enjoyable book. Of course, we have to talk about Ali Cross, the main character. He's very well written, very well fleshed out in this book. He's very stubborn, he's very determined, very resourceful as well. And he's a bit sneaky. You can see him going to different scenes, different settings, and he's just watching carefully and thinking things through. Not all the time, sometimes thinking things through. Try to get by, try to solve something, try to solve a small part of the puzzle, or get a bit of information to help him solve that puzzle. That came through in the book. There are other moments where he doesn't think things through. He's a bit hot-headed, very quick to run his mouth off. That gets him into trouble as well. And at times, he gets into so much trouble that it stops him investigating the crime, trying to solve what happened to his friend Gabe. But he's also very clever, very, very smart in the book. You get the sense that he's very much like his father, and I think that's what's trying to come through in this book as well, that Ali Cross is the most like his father, and that comes through a lot in this book. The other characters that are explored a fair bit in this book, not into as much detail as Ali of course, are his friends, Cedric, Ruby and Mateo. Kind of like his buddies, his posse in a way, that help him solve this crime. They've all got strengths and weaknesses. They're all very good characters, I think, a very good supporting cast. And I think it was clever to do it this way. And again, it makes me think about other books that I've read in the past, like Three Investigators and The Famous Five. Cedric, you get more of him in the book than the others because Cedric goes out on the streets and helps Ali, knocking door to door, talking to people, trying to find out if anybody had seen Gabe anywhere, anybody witnessed him in his last moment before he was missing. So you get more of Cedric. And Cedric also acts as like a backup to Ali if Ali has any problems with other kids at the school and things like that. So Cedric's a bit of muscle, almost like a bodyguard in a way. The other two, Mateo and Ruby, they're very clever characters. Ruby seems the most explored in this book, and she comes across as a very stubborn, strong teenage girl. She's very clever. She's got a lot of smarts about her, very resourceful, and she's also a bit witty. And I did like the way James Patterson developed this character, Ruby. She's going to be a very strong character in this series, I think, and I think it's great having her there. So these three characters are all very good characters in this book. I hope they get explored a bit more as the series goes on. There's only 2 books in the series so far. I'm hoping there's more to come. I really thought that this book was a great young adult book. It did surprise me. I didn't think it would be this good. I rate it a 4 out of 5. I just really like the way that Ali Cross is fleshed out in this book, and I like the way his friends are there to help him investigate. It just shows that James Patterson knows how to write teenage characters, and I was surprised at that as well. I didn't know how well James Patterson would write teenage characters, because not all authors can write them very good, and James Patterson wrote these characters so well. I really believed they were teenagers in this book, and I don't know how he managed to do that, but the characters are so lifelike, so real. The mystery is really good, and I thought the mystery element was very strong, and I thought that the plot seemed well thought out, well planned, apart from those few chapters from Alex Cross's point of view. I didn't enjoy those so much, and I get a feeling I know why they're there, but I think less Alex Cross in the book and more Alicross would have been better. I do review a lot of James Patterson books on my channel. If you're interested in those videos, and especially in the video of book 2 in this series, check out my channel and subscribe. There is a James Patterson playlist on my channel as well. Should be on your screen now.